Hey, today we're going to check out this. This is Arc on Ear, a hardware headphone correction and room simulation thing by Multimedia. They asked me to make this review and honestly, I don't know what to expect, so let's check it out. So as I said, this is a tool that corrects your headphones frequency response and also can simulate a room with professional speakers. I know that there are a lot of different plugins that do that, but supposedly the thing that makes Arc on Ear different is that it's not using convolution, it uses psychoacoustics to recreate the room, it combines the correction with the room simulation, and it's hardware. We're going to check out if that's an advantage later on the video. Now, before continuing, there are of course two questions. One is, do your headphones really need correction? And the other is if you really need a room simulation thing. And to be completely honest, I think that if you're used to the frequency response of your headphones and you have been working with them for a long time now, you may not need stuff like this. But on the other hand, these are great tools to have as a reference, so you can know if your music is going to translate well on other environments. But anyway, the way it works is that you can connect it to your computer with a USB cable, and that way it's going to work like an interface. It has its own ASIO driver, so then you connect your headphones and there you go. You have the simulation software. Because this is not a plugin, it works on the output of your computer. Here we have the software, and as you can see, we can select the headphones. They have a very wide variety of options to choose from. You even have the Steven Slate VSX, which is funny because they are another piece of hardware that is used with a room simulation plugin or software, sorry. And I'm using the Sennheiser HD560S. Here it is. With the blue line, you can see the original response of my headphones, and the orange line is the corrected response, making it flatter. Let me check if I can hear a difference. I'm not using the room simulation, I'm just using the correction of the headphones. Okay, yeah, of course, there's a difference in the frequency response. I don't know if I like it because I'm not used to the new frequency response. I will be using it in an experiment later in the video, but for now, I can hear a little bit of a difference, especially with the high end and the low end, which is where the frequency response of the original are. What's funny is that when I got these headphones for the first time, I felt they have less bass than the others that I was using, and this confirms it. If you want to support my channel, consider using my affiliate links down in the description. There are always sales for software, and that way something comes back to me. Of course, do it only if you're already going to purchase something. Now let me turn on the studio simulation, and it's very curious that you can have the studio on, but you can turn off the ambience and the speakers. So I'm not sure what they are simulating with only the studio. Well, you have the possibility of checking the width or like the position of where the sound is coming from. But of course, the idea of this type of software is to check the simulation completely. So let's turn on the ambience and let's check which speakers do they have. Okay, they have a lot of studio monitors. Of course, they have the iLoad, that's their flagship, I think. They have some hi-fi, and they also have the TV, the Bluetooth speaker, and a smartphone, which is great for referencing, as I said. Besides all of that, we have the calibration that let us change the tone. We can make it warmer or brighter, and it opens up an EQ with 3 bands that can destroy the sound, and it's of course there if you want to make subtle changes for the frequency response that you're hearing. Now, supposedly this stuff makes a difference because they state that you cannot mix and master with headphones. I disagree a little bit, but the thing is, supposedly with this you can listen to details that headphones are not capable to translate well and whatever. So I'm going to make an experiment to see if that's true, but before that, you may be wondering what's the advantage of having a hardware thing for this and not only use the software. I mean, if you still have a software, why do you need the hardware? And well, the thing is, you can use this without connecting it to your computer. The way it works is, well, when you connect it, you can save presets. For instance, on the first preset, I have the studio simulation on with some speakers and my headphone model. So when I disconnect it from the computer, it's going to be stored on the memory of the hardware. So I know that it's going to work like that. It has a cable that connects in the headphones input of your interface. Then it's connected to the ARC on the ear. And then you can connect your own headphones there. So you can get the preset working, you can change presets too. And the buttons are going to help you, well, navigate a little bit on the software. If you remember what they do, of course, but it's easy. You can turn on or off the studio simulation. And the last button is the thing that you select here at the top. So you can, for instance, check your mixing mono or whatever. You can even use it to start the transport of your project. So with that, I find it more convenient, especially because I use this type of software as reference, not something that I set and forget. I mix with my headphones and then I check if it's going to translate well on different environments and whatever. As it's a physical thing, I don't have to be opening or closing the software, I just use it while I'm looking at my mix. It may be something small, but if you use this type of software, having a physical thing to control it, it's going to make workflow faster. Now for the experiment that I wanted to make, I have this song that I'm mastering right now, and the thing is, I'm going to master it with my headphones, and then in a different day, I'm going to master it using ARC on ear. Now, of course, this is just for fun because no two masters are going to be the same. It all depends on what decisions I make in that specific moment and whatever. So even if I don't use ARC on ear, the masters are going to be different. But what I want to check is if the second time that I master with ARC on ear, I hear some differences or some details that I didn't notice before. If the master is better or worse, that is going to be your decision when you listen to it. For me, it's more an experiment about experience. So let's do it. So here are the results. This is only part of the chorus of the song.
It's all that I want, to have self-control. I wonder if I will know what I can become. That's why I'm afraid.
Which one you like the best? Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel. I did notice different things, but I'm not sure if that's because I have a flatter frequency response and the studio simulation makes it better to hear things, or just because it's a different environment. So of course you're going to listen to different things, but I'm quite happy with the result. So in conclusion is what we already know. These are great for referencing. Going back to the preset selection, you can set presets with a TV, a cell phone, and a Bluetooth speaker. So you can directly check how it's going to sound, your music, in those different environments. That way you can make better decisions on the spot, making sure your music is going to translate well. But of course, if you're already used to your headphones and your own speakers, most probably your music already translates well to other environments because you know what you're doing. So at the end of the day, it depends on if you're interested on this type of software, and if you are, well, maybe you can give it a try. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and bye bye.